Hi everyone, I thought it was about time that I got round to going through this huge pile of Obsidian Flames bulk. Some of it, this pile here, I bought specific cards, so I know I need these. And they're going to go in the binder. This pile here is some free bulk I was given by someone that I picked up some cards from that I bought online. They kind of always, I bought them several times, and they always throw in a bunch of free stuff, which is really nice of them. So yeah, I'm just going to go through and hopefully there's some stuff in there I need as well. But the first thing we've got to do is go through our binder, because initially when I started this set I wasn't going to master set it, so I've kind of gone for just one place for each, and then when I've got reverse hollow I put it in. So here there's 2 Odysseys in one slot, which is fine, but I kind of want to spread it out now so I can see everything. So what I'm going to do, what I've also got in here, because obviously when you don't, it's not a massive set, and if it was something like Ascended Heroes, then yeah, it would fill up pretty quick. There's some big gaps as well, which I'm hoping to fill today. We have got quite a lot of art rares already in here, which is a good start. Most of the SIRs as well. We have all the gold cards, so it's a pretty good start to the binder. We do still need the Charizard, which I think sits here. That's the most expensive card, and there's a couple of cards, the Pidgey, things like that are somewhere around here that are kind of 20-30 pounds each. I think the Cleffer is maybe 30-35. So all in all, the expensive cards, there's probably 120 pounds worth to finish off these pages. Wow, maybe a bit more, but these ones are really only a few pounds each. Like this Poppy was £3, and the SIR version of the Poppy was £3.50. Like this is super cheap set, so obviously it's hard to come by now. It was in one of the tins, which I don't have around, but there was a tin that had Stellar Crown and Obsidian Flames in it. Everyone was ragging on it because no one likes Obsidian Flames for some reason, but I thought it was great. But now that's gone, it's really sort of secondary market to try and buy anything unopened. I do actually have a whole booster box just at the back up there, which I'm not planning to open because it would be an absolute waste of money at this point. But yeah, your chances of buying stuff new are slim, but they're such cheap cards to pick up that I would still recommend doing this set. And you can buy like 100 bulk cards for a tenner, probably less actually now. So in fact, there's people on Vinted, if you're in the UK, who do like the entire base set of commons for £10 and the entire base set of reverse hollows for £10. So it's definitely one to consider. And there's some really cool cards in there, and it's got a Charizard, which everyone apparently loves. But the other thing that's in this binder, which is going to be in a whole separate video, is my Lucario master set, which I will flick through, but I don't want to show you everything. That's the money page, really. It's all about these 3 cards here are the best, my favourites in the whole set. So what I'm going to do, I've also, when I pick up Lucarios, I grab some Riolus here and there as well, so I'm kind of inadvertently master setting Lucario as well. So what I'm going to, Riolu as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take everything out that is not Obsidian Flames, and they are going to go into a separate binder and a separate video, and we're going to do that as like a series, working our way through hunting down the Lucarios, because there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of variable quality out there. There's some of them, I mean, I've got one I'll show you in a second that is very heavily played. Well, it's damaged basically, but I picked it up for £6. The equivalent not damaged is more like £20-25, which isn't hugely expensive, but when you're thinking about buying 120 odd cards, you need to start making some savings somewhere, otherwise it's going to bankrupt you. Okay, Lucario's and Riolu's gone. We now need to take everything out of here as well. So because we're going to be basically shuffling everything over, I've just included a little promo. What I tend to do is if I have a promo, so like a Cosmo foil version of anything, it's kind of edging towards Grandmaster set, but I don't aim for that. But I just like to put them in the binder as well. And this was before my time in terms of collecting, so this was already an old set when I came to it. But it's I missed all the pre-releases, basically, is what I'm getting at. So I don't have any of the non-holo cards that would otherwise be holos. I don't have the promos, the stamp promos, and they're all quite pricey. Actually, there's some of them, they're more expensive than some of the SIRs and stuff, is just to get those pre-release cards. But I'm not really bothered for this set. That's not an issue. So I am going to skip those and just focus on getting the actual set done. To me, at the moment, I'm working on Phantasmal, which is incredibly expensive because of the Charizards, so I don't expect to finish that. I can't justify £700-800 on a Charizard, but I'll do everything else up to that point. I'm not master setting Mega Evolution. I just don't. Again, there's too many expensive cards in there. I did start 151, but with the recent boost in prices on that, I just can't justify collecting that anymore. I may sell what I have just to help fund some of the others. I don't have anything great on there. In fact, I kind of started buying the SIRs, like the triples of Bulbasaur, Charmander, and your man Squirtle. I started buying those in Japanese because they look cool. So I thought, I don't really care about whether they're in English or not. But then I bought them first, and then I thought about master setting it, and I thought, forget it. Move on. So what I'm working on is Obsidian Flames, Lucario, Journey Together, because I have a lot of Journey Together, and Perfect Order. So I've kind of inadvertently chosen some of the least popular sets, which is working in my favor because there's more of it about. There's less people chasing it. The prices of this set particularly are super low on pretty much every card. Even the bowl coming basically got that for, I think I paid £16, and it included most of the EXs. We'll see in a minute when we go through it. It's just a really cheap way of doing it. But so yeah, this is my main chance of actually finishing a master set right now is Obsidian Flames. So that's kind of my main focus. Once that's done, I'll jump back onto Journey Together. Although at the same time, I'm in a Discord for Pause and Positivity, which is another YouTube channel, a much more successful YouTube channel than this. And it's a great Discord, and it's really friendly, and there's a trade section on there, and it's like well trusted. Like, I've talked to friends about it. They're like, oh, what if people don't send you things? But that's just not how it works. If you didn't send something, you'd get kicked off the channel for not doing it. So you can kind of trust people on there as much as you can trust anyone. So yeah, I'm cool with it, and I've already done some trades. So haven't actually done any for Obsidian Flames. Once we finish up today and we know what's left, because I can't see, because these are doubled up, it's hard to even tell what you have and haven't got. So once we get through this and we build the binder out, I'll be able to skim through it, work out what we still need, and then I can put a shout out on the trade thing there. Because we've pulled a lot of other things like Perfect Order, we've actually pulled quite a lot of Ascended Heroes, which is obviously much more popular, but I'm not master setting that. So we've just got a ton of Ascended Heroes. Oh, this is hard on my shoulders. We've got a ton of Ascended Heroes bulk. In fact, there's some. Yeah, I mean, we've got those. This is all like reverses. But it's good trade fodder. So I'm opening it just because it's fun to open stuff. And I can't get hold of what I want, but I can use those things to trade for the things I do want. So it's sort of a fun way of still getting to open something, maybe get a nice hit here and there, and then, swap it out for things you do want. Okay, I'm going to rattle through the rest of this super quick. We're nearly there. There's a huge pile of cards. When they're in the binder, you just don't kind of realize, you don't see how many cards there are. It's a big pile. It's like, let's see if I can lift it up without dropping them everywhere. So that's everything within there so far. It's a fair whack. Right, I'm gonna start working our way along. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go 1 2 1, you know, 1 1 2 2 3 3, blah 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 blah, because it's just the EXs are gonna throw it out. If it was a newer set, I'd maybe say I'm gonna do it the other way, because I could get more EXs, but at this point I'm gonna have to basically go out and buy them to double up to make it all work, and it's just not worth it. Right, I've got my screen open next to me, so I can try and not mess this up. So 1 2 3 4 5. Don't have that. We do have the reverse. 6. This is tricky on camera because I kind of feel like I need to keep talking, but at the same time I've got to look at numbers and stuff. 6 reverse, 7 reverse, 8, so 8, and then reverse 8 is Kumbi. I know I'm going to mess this up because I'm talking. I should probably go through and do numbers in advance. Hang on. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 8 8 9. Yeah, that's the stuff. 9 9. 10 is gonna be. Who's 10? Oh, a Mungus. Okay, I don't have a Mungus. So 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14. This is not... I thought we had way more than this already, but we have obviously got the piles to go through. 14, so 14, 15 is Decidueye EX, so we skip that one. 16, 17 is the Steenie with its kind of butt out or whatever it's doing. Steenie, so 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20. No, I'm just saying numbers now. 19, 20, 20, 24. If I'm missing that many, seriously. So Dolive is 20, 20 reverse, 21 Arboliva, 21 Arboliva again. Toadstool is 22, 20. Toadstool is 22, 22 again for no, that's an EX. Capsicid is 23. Capsicid 23. That can't be right. It's Capsicid. Oh no, it's because this set has multiple, so there are 2 types of Capsicid on here. So you're used to going like, okay, you know, working ways through the evolution line, but this set's got you because there's 2 types of Capsicid. So Capsicid 24, 24, 25. So we've got the Hollow Scavillion. 25 for the reverse Scavillion, and then we got 26 for Charmander, We're into the fires. 26, 26, 27. We don't have the reverse. 27, 28 will be the Charizard, no doubt. No. Charizard's a steel type in this set, so this jumps straight from Charizard to Vulpix, which we do have. So there's 28 there. We don't have the reverse. 28. After Vulpix, you have 28, 28, 29, 29 for Ninetales, Entei, reverse Entei, Numel. So Numel reverse, Camerupt to reverse, Victini EX, Darumaka, Darmanitan. We need loads of these. But like I said, these are not going to be expensive, so I'm not too worried. Darmanitan reverse. Litwick. It's one of my son's favourite ones to say. Litwick. Lampent. Chandelure. So no reverses for any of those. Chandelure. Heatmore, so Chandelure, Heatmore, Larvesta, Volcarona, and then we've got a couple of actual, so Volcarona, reverse Volcarona, Ice Q EX, so it's an ice type that's a fire, makes no sense, Charcadet, and annoyingly Charcadet reverse will go onto the other page, and then we've got Armor Rouge. So then we're into Lapras here, which we don't have. The next one we've got is Weasel. So what did I say? Armor Rouge, Lapras, Carvanha, Sharpedo, Weasel. This is a terrible page. Timpole. No. Floatzel. Timpole. Palpitoad. Seismitoad over here. Then we've got Cubchoo. This page is going to be a little bit better, I think. Cubchoo, reverse Cubchoo, Beartrick, reverse Beartrick, Cryogonal, so that's regular Cryogonal, and then we'll have reverse Cryogonal will go there. Froakie. Now I always think this card looks scratched because it's got like the raindrops on it, so when I see it I think it's like a print error. Froakie. Frogadier. Oh, sorry. Again, look, thinking and doing don't work. Froakie. Frogadier. I was just thinking to myself, I should show the camera each card as I go along, and I mean, I messed up instantly. Frogadier. Wiglet. Reverse Wiglet. Wugtrio. Reverse. Finizen. Reverse. And hopefully Palafin. Oh, there's another Finizen. So we've got Finizen reverse, another Finizen reverse, Finizen reverse, Palafin. Alright, he's on his own. Now we're into the electric. Let's see if we can do this without messing up. Okay. Magnemite. Reverse Magnemite. Magneton. Reverse Magneton. Magnezone. Reverse Magnezone, Tyranitar, which I'm hoping we might have in the next pile, Tynamo, I'll give you a little look at that one, Reverse Tynamo. I still really love these reverses. I think these reverses are nicer overall than the Mega series, with it's just plain. Plain looks good, slightly blinds you when you're playing the game and the sun's shining in, but overall I'm a big fan of these pattern ones. Tynamo, Electric, oh my god, Electric, hopefully that's in focus. Electric, Electros. I wish there was also some rhyme or reason to the ones they've repeated, so you can just tell when you do it, like the first, the basic is always repeated or whatever it is, but you have to keep checking the blooming thing. So reverse, Electros, reverse, Thundurus, so we've got that's a holo rare, Thundurus, reverse Thundurus, Toxel, in the corner. I kind of prefer the dark Toxel personally. Reverse Toxel, Toxtricity, reverse Toxtricity, Pormot. I have that one. Then we got Tadbulb. There's two different Tadbulbs. Tadbulb, because there's three Tadbulbs. Then we've got Bellibolt. So Bellibolt comes in here, and then there's a reverse Bellibolt, and then there's another Bellibolt, and another reverse Bellibolt, and then Miraidon EX goes there. So there's quite a lot missing, but also an unnecessary amount of Tadbulbs and Bellibolts. Okay, then we got Cleffa, will go there. Reverse Cleffa, Clefairy. Okay, we have that one. That's a big chunk we need to fill in. Reverse Clefairy, Clefable EX. Go back to showing you, now I know what the hell I'm doing. Clefable EX. Yeah, Clefable. Right, Togepi. We've got some Togepis. Togepi. I like that Togepi as well. Who's this? Can't quite read the artist's name in this light, but it's a nice one. Maybe I need glasses. The reverse, which again, even nicer. Just the reverse sort of sets them off, doesn't it? Just gives them that little bit extra. See, I would normally drop this straight in there, but I can't tell if there's going to be an extra Togepi or not. Oh, obviously there's Togetic, Togekiss, reverse Togekiss, Espeon, in here, reverse Espeon, Snubble in here, reverse Snubble, Gramble, and reverse Gramble, Mawile, regular Mawile, reverse Mawile, Spoink, Grumpig, yeah, so we've got the Grumpig and the reverse Grumpig. So this page is not too bad. Pretty well, this page at least. The spread's not too bad either. A few more left of the Psychics, and we'll be on to the fighting type. What do we get to? Grumpig. So then we've got Lunatone, and that was a very playable card until about 3 weeks ago. If you have Solrock in play, prevent any effects of Stadium done to your Pokemon in play. I like that. It was in my deck. It was in my Lucario deck, along with the other Lunatone that lets you draw 3, and the other Solrock actually didn't need this one. Solrock itself doesn't do anything particularly, it's just you need it there to get your Lunatone working. Solrock, Boltoy, Claydol. I can still use the other Lunatone, I just can't use this one. Claydol. Vespiquen, don't even know that Pokemon. Vespiquen, which is an EX. Then Sinsty. And then Sinsty reverse. Poltegeist reverse. Graveyard. And a Graveyard in there. See, again, lots of Graveyards. Graveyard reverse. Another Graveyard, which I have. Another Graveyard reverse. And then Houndstone. Do not have the Houndstone reverse. So there's Houndstone reverse, and then there's Houndstone EX, and then we're into Diglett territory. So little Diglett going in. Don't have the reverse of that. Just grab my fighting types. Kind of get through it a bit quicker with my hand. So reverse Diglett, Dugtrio, reverse Dugtrio, Larvitar, reverse Larvitar, Pupitar, reverse Pupitar, Nosepass, one of the weirdest Pokemon. I guess it's kind of like an Easter Island Moai kind of vibe, but it's still weird. Pupitar reverse, Nosepass reverse, Barboach reverse, Wishcash. We do have Wishcash reverse, Bonsley is a weird one. Bonsley reverse, Drillbur. I like to check sometimes because every now and again you flip 2 pages over and you have to go back and change a whole lot. Drillbur reverse, Stunfisk, one of the worst Pokemon. I think we can all agree. Anyone who's pulling that from Ascended Heroes is not happy about their pull. Maybe you are if you're master setting it the first time, but come on. Diggersby reverse. Crabrawler reverse. Crabominable reverse. You get in there. Rockruff. No Rockruff reverse. Lycanroc. Ooh, we have Lycanroc. Kind of like that, the werewolf vibes. Do not have the reverse of that though. And then we are on Toadstool. Reverse Toadstool. Reverse Toadstool. Clorf EX, which we don't have. Gimlet, which we do have. And the reverse Gimlet in there. Look, I'm remembering to show you like 80% of these cards, that's not bad. Gimlet. Right, then we've got the Glimora EX and the Coridon EX, which my daughter definitely has, so I'm going to try and make that off there. Charizard EX, now we're into the dark types, not Steel Charizard, dark. Charizard EX. Paldean Wooper, here we go. Paldean Wooper. Now, some of these, I know the Charizard's in the pile that I bought, so I'm hoping that there's some more of these guys as well. Reverse Wooper. Oh wait, hang on. Wrong Wooper. There are 2 Woopers. Haven't got that one. Do have this one. Reverse of that one. Clodsire, but that's the reverse. So Wooper reverse. That's Clodsire. This is Clodsire reverse. This is going to be another empty page. And there's another Clodsire, because it's that good a Pokemon. You've got to include it multiple times. And it's reverse. And then we've got Umbreon here. Now, I know I've got the reverse Umbreon coming up, so that will go there. Houndour. Houndour reverse. Houndour, Houndour reverse. Another Houndour reverse. Houndoom. I'm so glad I've got this open next to me. Houndoom reverse. Houndoom EX. We have that. And then we are on to Absol EX. Darkrai. This is the Darkrai reverse, which will go there. Oh look, we do have the Darkrai as well. Just in the wrong order. So that's the holo. So we'll pop that back in there. So Darkrai is the new feature Pokemon from Pitch Black, which is coming out. I guess it's going to be coming out in like June or July. Don't know the exact date yet. But it looks alright. Looks like another one of those sets for the collectors and not for the scalpers. Darkrai. Inkay. Reverse Inkay. Malmar. I'm slightly worried that I'm showing you these cards and they're all out of focus and the entire video is going to be full of out of focus cards. If that's the case, I am sorry. But given I have about 6 views on a video, I can apologise to all 6 of you individually if you leave a comment below. Right. Salandit. In fact, that would be quite fun. If it's out of focus or you feel like this is such a terrible video, you need an apology, comment below and I can reply to you each individually. Or, you know, if you actually like what you're seeing, feel free to comment. It would be good to know that this is someone's enjoying it, you know. Salazzle reverse. Scizor. Okay, we're on again. Scizor is a holo. Yeah, it's a funny one. Reverse. I don't expect lots of views because we're new and, you know, we're not like as amazing as some of the other channels banging out music and all that stuff. But when we put shorts out, they're getting hundreds of views. But the long form videos are, we're lucky if we get 2 views on some of them, which is still 2 more than none. I'm happy for it. But it's just, I just don't quite get it. I really like long form videos myself. Skarmory, more wild. Bronzor. But yeah, it just seems hit and miss. I guess you have to find the right people. Bronzor reverse. Bronzong. Let's just make sure there isn't 15 more Bronzors. No, so Bronzong reverse. Probopass reverse. Excadrill reverse. Pawniard. There. Pawniard reverse. Bisharp. Now I know I've got a promo of this coming up to go in the back of the binder as well. Bisharp reverse. Kingambit. So that's a Kingambit reverse. So that'll go just over here. Bisharp, Kingambit. Kind of feel like we are definitely going to run out of pages. Huh. This is a much bigger set than I gave it credit for. Kingambit. Togedemaru. That's the reverse. That's the regular. Let's get it in there. Is that right? Yep. Togedemaru. I'm hoping that I'm going to fill these pages a lot more because we are definitely going to run out of pages otherwise. I thought this was a small set. That shows what I know. Meltan reverse. Melmetal EX. Varoom. another Varoom. Wow. Reverse, another Varoom. See, I feel like they could have not done these duplicates and made the set a bit smaller. Reverse. Revavroom, which I think I've got coming. Dratini in there. Dratini reverse, Dragonair. Dragonair reverse. Dragonite EX. Altaria. Altaria reverse. Drampa. Ooh. Drampa reverse. I do have my 151 binder, which is a 3x4. Holds a lot more cards, so I might have to transfer this entire thing over to that, which I'll do off camera if that's the case, and then come back to it. Drampa. Pidgey. Let's just make sure we've got space for... Yep, Drampa. Pidgey. Kind of cool artwork. A bit basic, but... You know, it's Pidgey, isn't it? Pidgey. Pidgeotto. There you go, that's much better with the light, the sun dappled things doing. It's much nicer. Pidgeotto. Then we've got Pidgeot EX. And then we've got Kangaskhan. You never say that right. Kangaskhan. Reverse. What's your Pokemon that you are just forever saying wrong and just openly in front of people and you know they're laughing at you? Because there's a few for me. Yveltal, Yveltal, that's always one. Kangaskhan, Eevee, reverse Eevee, Zigzagoon, reverse Zigzagoon, Linoon, reverse Linoon. What we got here? Swablu, reverse Swablu. Lillipup, reverse Lillipup. I'm sure I've got that. I think I've got that in my Yukimori binder, so I'll swap it over. Swablu, Lillipup. Hang on. Linoon. Swablu. That's a reverse. Swablu, reverse Swablu. Lillipup, reverse Lillipup. Then the next page is Herdia, reverse Herdia. Stoutland, which we have. Reverse Stoutland. Ordino. Reverse Ordino. Bouffalant. Reverse Bouffalant. Bunnelby. Reverse Bunnelby. Yungoos. Reverse Yungoos. Gumshoes. Gumshoes reverse. Squovit. Squovit reverse. Greedent EX. Lechonk. But not the Lechonk I've got. Reverse Lechonk. Oh no. Another Lechonk. Another reverse Lechonk. The Lechonk I have got. Oinkologne. Oh, reverse of that Lechonk. Oinkologne. Reverse Oinkologne. Flamigo. Now that actually, reverse Flamigo actually brings us up to we're onto the trainer cards. So we still have a ton of trainer cards and art rares to go through. Got loads of art rares left, but we're out of pages, so I'm going to need to get a bigger binder. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to go through the cards that I bought, sleeve up and see what goes where. Okay, we are going to kick off because it's easier with the ones that are already sleeved for me. So we've got the Charizard. So if we fly to the dark section, Charizard is number 125. So he's actually back on this page. Where are we? 127. We have the reverse Umbreon, so we're going to get that in. For some reason, just because it's Umbreon, this card was listed as like a separate card for a couple of pounds. I didn't end up paying that. But it's just funny to me that a reverse holo Umbreon that is just a normal card. It's like the Gengar from 151 is stupidly expensive compared to just all the other reverses. Gimlet. Glimglom. Oh, look at. Oh no, I've messed it up. See? It's a good job we were redoing this whole binder. That Glimmet and that Glimmet are not the same Glimmet. So we've got that Glimmet, and it should have its own reverse holo. This Glimmet should be here. The whole thing's out. So we're going to have to take everything out anyway. Must remember that when I come to... I'm going to put that one upside down. And then I will remember when I come to trade them into the bigger binder that that is upside down for a reason. So that's going to be Glamora there. Did we bought Glamora? For now it's Glamora there. Koraidon. Did we buy Koraidon? We did not buy Koraidon. But we do have Charizard. And he's going to go there for now. We've got the Clorf while we're in the fighting section. He goes just before... So he goes up here. Yeah, there's the Clorf. This Charizard as well is in several sets. I think it's in Paldean Fates. I think they slightly changed the colouring on it maybe, but it's basically the same. Right, we've got Tyranitar, Absol. We're in the dark section still, so let's get Absol in. Absolutely. Umbreon, Houndour, Houndoom. Absol comes after that. It's a cool Absol actually. Where it's like tearing the page. It reminds me of some X-Men cards from back in the day that were kind of like that. The foil ones. Absol. Let's jump back to Electric. And we will get in... We've got Pawmot in there. And Rhydon is right at the end before... So we've got Belly Bolt, reverse Belly Bolt, other reverse Belly Bolt, Rhydon. So that's in there. So where does Tyranitar live? We've got the Pawmot here. Tyranitar is just before Tynamo, so he's over here. I do quite like Tyranitar and Duraludon. I'm not sure if they're actually part of the same line. I don't think they are. I like them both. Got good Godzilla vibes. Now we've got the Greedent EX as our last one of this pickup. Greedent. Again, I'll double check all this when I come to transfer it over to the bigger binder. 151 is... I might put 151 in here. I mean, I'm never going to finish it. Maybe I'll just sell that. If anyone's interested in a kind of 70% complete base set, 151, give me a shout. Right, now we've got these guys and they're actually in order, so we can start at the front and work our way through. Okay, we've gone into type order. They're not in perfect order, no pun intended, but they are in, that is in perfect order. They are in a rough order, so we can work what we've got. I just saw we have the Blossom reverse, so that's great. Now all these guys, this were given to me by a guy off Vinted for free. He's local to me. I kind of met up with him, which I wouldn't recommend anyone ever do off of someone with Vinted, but I kind of had a vague idea of where they lived and made the decision. Did it in a public place actually to start with, and now I've got to know him. When he's got cards I want, I kind of meet up with him, so we don't necessarily have to do all the fees and whatnot. And he does local card shows, so I can see him there as well. And he's just really good. So Trading Card Cove on Vinted, I highly recommend if anyone is looking for a Vinted seller they can trust. Trading Card Cove. Right, Blossom, do not need. Let's start a little pile there. What have we got? Rowlet. We've got the Rowlet. Surskit. I suspect we're going to have most of the commons. Capsicid. Yeah, we got that one. That was one of the ones we bought from the other seller. Right, now we're into the fire. Litwick reverse, I think we need. So I'm gonna get that guy in a sleeve before we even get that far. I'm sure I remember just putting, Litwick reverse. Boom. Ninetales, 29. Reverse, Entei, awesome. That's a holo as well. Lampent. That we have, and Charmander reverse we have. Lampent reverse we do not have, so that's another good one. Again, like, obviously you don't have to meet up with people off the internet, it's not recommended, but get to know people, like get on Discord for your local shop if there is one, or other channels. I really recommend Pools and Positivity. There's a trade channel on that Discord where I will list all these missing cards and someone will just say, hey, I've got these 15, what have you got? I'll trade with them something else. It's super easy. I highly recommend it for filling out your sets. Right. Palpitoad, we need. Boom. Sharpedo, we need. He is number 47. Oh, this is great. I wasn't expecting to get this many. Weasel, we do have. Finizen is 60. I think we had this. Oh, look at that. See, I did that thing. I skipped an entire page. It wouldn't have helped much, to be honest, because there's way more cards missing than that. But, gotta look out for that sticky pages. Finizen is, there we go, we've got that Finizen. Right, into Psychics and then the fighting type, and then there's a one random Gumshoes at the end. Do we need a Gumshoes reverse just to finish us off? Yay, we do. And with just enough sleeves as well. So that's pretty cool. That means that we just have to go through and do our trainers. We're going to have to reorganize the binder a little bit, get this stuff all transferred over to the much bigger 151 binder, which I'll just see if I can pull out without making a mess. Here's the 151 binder, which doesn't even fit on the page on the screen. This is zip binder. I'll give you a brief look. You can see we got a lot actually, to be fair, but I just don't see me finishing this now. So I don't know. I think I might take them all out and see if I can sell them, or I can have a look at the cost of singles on something like Chaos Cards, see if I can get it there. I don't know. There's quite a lot in there. There's just no art rares. I've got literally nothing in English other than one Venusaur. So maybe we'll scrap that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Actually, why am I saying thank you for watching? We've not finished the video yet. I'm going to have to transfer all of this into that binder or another one. Potentially I'll keep that. We'll see how attached I am. Okay, it has been a little while since we did the 3x3 binder, which we found out didn't fit. So what we've done is we've gone through, we took our 151 out because sadly accepted that we're never going to be able to finish that now the prices have gone through the roof. So we swapped it over, so Obsidian's now in the 4x3 binder. So I'll just quickly flick through. You saw most of this already. You can still see we've got a long way to go. Didn't have nearly as much as we thought we did of the base cards. I know it doesn't quite fit in the shop, but you get the gist of it from here. We're working on a better tripod system. What we've decided to do is to double up on EXs, a bit like what's his name, Pokey Unlocked, Lego Unlocked, whatever his name is on YouTube, where he does 2 EXs because it helps to keep the rest of it in order. The other option is to shove all the EXs to the back, or to put a placeholder sleeve here, which we don't have, so can only do what we can do. So we are just going to do the double EXs, which I think will look pretty cool anyway. So we'll just fly through because we saw most of this stuff going in. You can still see some pages are better than others. We haven't finished a double page spread yet, which is a bit annoying. We're still missing a few trainers. When we get into the art rares, you can see we're actually doing pretty well with the art rares, considering. That one's trying to leave. So we've got a few more on the way as well. And what I have also managed to get is a few trades off of Discord. So 2 SIRs we need here. The rest of this, I'm hoping to get some sleeves to block out the rest of this. And then here, I'm just putting, it's not a Grandmaster set, but I'm just going to put any promo versions or stamped versions. This is a Cosmo foil. So we're going to do things like that. Any play stamped I get, I'll just fill the next couple of pages just with those kind of cards, because I kind of feel like they're part of the set anyway. So we have a couple of packages that through from Discord. So let's see if we can fill in some gaps. Okay, what have we got? We've got Floatzel, Capsicid, Winkalone, which I think I might have got twice now. Oh no, I've got the regular, so this is the reverse, and I've got someone sent me the regular as well, which is cool. Steenie, Pupitar, Froakie, Darumaka, Excadrill, Cubchute, and Cleffa in a top loader for a little bit of rigidity in the post. See, this is what's annoying about top loaders, is when the card comes out without the sleeve. Sometimes you just have to go for it and whip it out and then pull the sleeve out separately, which is a pain. There we go. Such is life. Okay, so I'll fly through now, fill in these gaps. Okay, that's those guys in. You can see the light's getting a bit yellow. Sorry about that. I'm filming in the evening. Now, we also managed to pick up, which I'm going to open. I'll do a little short of these. We managed to pick up 2 retail price, I think these are called check lane blisters. They've got Scarlet Violet regular cards. They're not even promos, but they're the triple, 3-stage jobbies on the front. So they'll go in our Scarlet Violet binder. We're going to open these up on a short and we'll get those in the binder. Fingers crossed for an SIR in there. In the meantime, we've got this little pile of bulk to go through. As far as I'm aware, I need all of these, but they are going to need sleeving. So I'm going to sleeve these up and then I will get them all in the binder. Okay, that is everything in. We're looking a lot fuller, but I think we're going to swap over now. Let's open these blister packs. That's going to be a short, so you can see what we pull, and then I'm going to get everything else back in here. If we get an SIR, I'll check back in and let you know, but otherwise assume we're just filling in some of these blanks. Check out the short. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully get this one finished in the next month or so. We're just chasing that Charizard SIR mostly. And we're also going to be getting our, if we just pull this bulk here, this is all Lucario Master Set bulk. There's about 60 cards there, I think. It's about half of the Lucario cards there are to collect. So we're going to get that binder sorted out, and we're going to just check in on our other binders. And we're also going to start the Pokédex, which is going to be as many SIRs and illustration rares as possible. So yeah, check back in if you want to see any of those things. Remember to like and subscribe, which I've already said. Comment below if you've got any cards that you've got for trade that you could see I was missing in here. Drop me a message in the comments, and maybe we can sort out a trade. And yeah, see you all next time.